Okay, so now we are going to learn about the theory of cognitive development by Jean Piaget. So his theory included 4 stages: the sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational and formal operational stages. So during infancy, the stage is sensory motor stage. This lasts from birth to until the infant is 2 years old. At this stage, they know very little about the environment. So when they are exploring the environment, they don't do it with a sense of purpose. Okay, so in this stage, their behavior is mostly sensory motor responses. These sensory motor responses initially occur by chance. Okay, just they don't, it's not with a purpose. And then these build their first schemas. Schemas are mental structures which help them organize information, categorize them, and understand the relationship between two things. So, for example, the child drops a metal object, they hear a sound. So they realize that when you drop this metal object, you hear this sound. Okay, so these are schemas. These schemas are then strengthened when the infant goes on repeating them. They find that fascinating and they keep repeating that until they are master of that. So here the baby makes a for example, the baby makes a smacking sound after drinking milk. This time he didn't do it with a purpose, it just happened by chance. So he finds it very fascinating and repeats it again and again until he is a master at it. Okay, so these are called circular reactions. The process of strengthening schemas, what the baby had just done, is called circular reaction. These circular reactions initially center around their own body, about what their body can do, like the smacking sound, and then it turns to manipulation of other objects, like a metal object falling and making a sound. Okay, so this stage also has sub-stages. We'll look at them one by one. So first is the stage of reflexive schemas. This is from birth to 1 month. Here the newborn uses their various reflexes to sense the external world. We have done this in a earlier chapter. This is there are many reflexes of a baby, which are, for example, rooting, grasping, moro reflex, etc. So they make sense of the world only through those reflexive responses. Then stage of primary circular reactions, 1 month to 4 months. In this stage, the infant repeats simple motor habits like sucking fist when hungry, guided by the basic needs. So the baby is hungry, so that is a basic need for the baby. So sucking a fist is a simple motor habit. So they keep repeating it because they know the association, that if I do this, they'll give me food. Then the behavior also differs in different environmental demands. They may open their mouth differently for a nipple than a spoon, because the baby understands the differentiation between the two. Then they also begin to anticipate events. Baby stops crying when seeing mother. This happens because baby can understand the relation between the two. When mother comes, she will give me food. So the baby stops crying. So in this primary circular reaction stage, it is all the circular reactions are centered around their own body, like the motor habits, the way they react to things. Okay, then in the secondary circular reaction stage, which lasts from 4 months to 8 months, there it centers around external world. It stops being self-absorbed. Okay, so here the infant can sit up and reach for objects and manipulate objects. So if you've observed a baby, you know that at this stage only they'll start exploring the environment. They look at everything with fascination. So this is the reason, and they understand circular reactions now. So they repeat it to induce interesting effect, because they find it fascinating. They repeat it. There is a stage of coordination of secondary reactions from 8 months to 12 months. During this stage, now the baby has understood a lot. Here they learn to combine different simple schemas into a more complex sequence of actions. It is not just one step. There are many steps combined. So here the baby exhibits intentional and goal-directed behaviors. And these goal-directed behaviors are there to solve their simple problems. Like when the baby is hungry, it wants food. Okay. Then they also understand object permanence now. They realize that objects continue to exist even when they don't see it. Okay, so that's why they love playing peekaboo and hide and seek at this age. Then again they still anticipate events, but this time they use goal directed behaviors to bring the change in the events, to change what they perceive is going to happen. So when the caregiver goes out, the baby starts crying because they know that when they cry, the caregiver may come back. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Then stage of tertiary reactions, 12 months to 18 months. Here they repeat these behaviors with variation. They don't repeat the same thing in the same order every single time. They do it with variation. So here they use exploratory methods. Okay. Then they also twist and turn blocks until they fit in respective molds, like in toys and all, they can do that. Here they've also mastered object permanence. They know for a fact that the object exists, continues to exist even when they can't see it. So they search for hidden places for toys. Okay. Then this is called A/B search. Stage of mental representation, 18 months to 2 years. So in this stage they start showing signs of mental representation. This continues in the next stage, but this is where it starts. They are able to solve problems after thinking for a while. They also do something called deferred imitation. Deferred imitation is when they imitate people, but they imitate people who are not present in the room. They may imitate their parents, for example. And they also engage in make-believe play. They really like doing that at this age. They act out imaginary everyday activities which they have observed, like they play doctor, they play teacher, etc. Now that's all. In the next video we are going to talk about the pre-operational stage.